So, students, good morning. So, in this class, we are going to study about the gradation. So, what is meant by gradation? It is the process of leveling of the land by means of natural agents like rivers, groundwater, winds, glaciers, and sea waves are called the gradation. That means we are by using the natural agents like rivers, the lands get leveled. That is called the gradation. It is the process of leveling of the land by means of our natural agents like a river, groundwater, wind, glaciers, and sea wave. That means it may change to the another form. Like rivers means you can see the places of river by using the flow of water. The land may get leveled. By means of the flow of water. So this process is called gradations. Then this agent produced various gradational relief features in due course of time. Gradation is of two types. What are they? Degradation and aggradation. So gradation is of two types, that is degradation and aggradation. So first one is the degradation. So what is degradation? Degradation means it is the wearing down of the land surface by various natural agents. So degradation means degraded. That means decomposing. That is degrade down. We are if you consider a big mountain means it was degraded. That means sometimes in the early days it may be in huge volume, but after some days, because of some natural agents like river, water, wind, rainfall, etc., it make it reduce their, that means it will degrade their volume to a smaller size, right? That is degradation. That is wearing down of the land surface by various natural agents. Aggradation means it was building up of landforms. So that means forming of a landforms due to natural agents. That is called the aggradation. So for the main agent of gradation is river. So river is considered as the main agent for the gradation. The working of rivers is the most extensive among all the other agents of gradation. Rivers originate on the higher landforms like mountain, hills, and plateau that receives water from various sources like the rain, glaciers, springs, lakes, etc. Yes, you all know that where the rivers are originate, it was originated from the higher landforms, like it may be originated from the mountains, or it may be originated from the hills, high hills, or it may be from the plateaus, right? You all may see rivers. Have you all seen the waterfalls? So where it comes from? It comes from the upper mountains, like that. The rivers originates from the upper mountains, and how the rivers are formed. Sometimes it may be formed by the rainfall, or it may be by glaciers or the springs, lakes, etc. The place where the river originates is called source, and where it's joined the sea is known as its mouth. So the river was always originating from a mountains or a hills, and the originating place we are calling it as source, and the place where the river joining to the sea water, and that place we are calling it as mouth. Okay, so you all know river was originating from the higher places, and at last it was ending to the sea water or lakes, right? So the primary functions of the rivers are erosion, transportation, and deposition. So the three functions of river are the like erosion and transportations and depositions. The work of the river depends on various factors such as volume of water, velocity of the river, slope of land, load of sediment and structure of rock, and load of sediment. So the work of the river, that means how it changes the landform, or how the gradation is processed. It was happened according to the velocity of the river. That means how the forces of the water, how the land forms, or that means how the slope of the land, load of sediment. Sediment means the source of sediment under the river, right? And structure of the rock. According all these properties only, we can the not we can, that means according all these properties only, the landforms may get gradiated. So we then, what are the courses of river? So courses of river means, rivers generally originate from the mountain and end in sea or lake, right? The whole path that a river flow through is called its course. The course of river is divided into upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. So first one is upper course. So what is upper course? Erosion is the most dominant action of in the upper course. So in the upper course, the main is erosion, because it why means uh, in this course, the river usually tumbles down the steep mountain slope. Why the erosion was main in upper course means, in upper course means the river which flows from the higher places to the lower places is called the upper course. So in that place, automatically the erosions may happen, right? Erosion means from the upper side, the sometimes all the soils will come down, or all the rocks will come down. So erosions may happen in these upper course places. The steep gradient increases the velocity, and the river channel performs erosion with great force to widen and deepen its valley. So because of the water flowing from the upper side, because so that the velocity of the water was get increased, so that with the high force the erosion may occurs, and this erosion will widen the places, widen the landform, or widen and deepen the the places where it flows, right? So because of that force, it will widen the places. The land features carved by the river in its upper course or V-shaped valleys gorges. So, see, this is the example of upper course. The water is originating from the high mountain and was coming down, right? See here, this is also an example of the upper course. That means the water was coming from the upper places to the down. So this is called the upper course. So next is the middle course. So after the river enters from the upper places, then it will enters in the plain in its middle course. Plain means like a very smooth and um, plain land space the river may run. First, it will originates from the upper place. That means from the mountain. After some times, after it comes down, it will move through the some plain areas. No, the side of the land was very smooth and very was a very plain land mass. So the river enters the plain in its middle course. The volume of the water increases with the confluence of many tributaries, and this increases the load of the river. Thus, the predominant action of the river is transportation. Deposition also occurs due to the sudden decrease in velocity. So here sometimes depositions may also occur due to the because the velocity of the water will decrease in this middle course, so that deposition may also occur. The river in the middle course develops some typical landforms like alluvial fans, floodplains, meanders, oxbow lakes, etc. So this is the middle course. So the main point was deposition and transportation will occur in the in this middle course. Okay, so this is the example of the middle course. See this river, it was running smoothly in a plain landmass. So this is the middle course of the river. So then is the lower course. Lower course means the river moving downstream across a broad level path is loaded with debris brought down from its upper and middle course. Large deposits of sediments are found at the level bed and the river splits into a number of channels distributaries. The main work of the river here is deposition and it develops typical landforms like delta and estuary. So, in this lower course, the river moving down across a broad level plain with the debris and which was brought down from its upper and middle course. So while in the lower course of the river, the after the river was from the upper, then to the middle, then to the lower place, it will bring some debris or some stones, some sediments like that. And in the lower course, the main thing it was very deep. In the lower course, the places was very deep and many depositions may occur in this lower course. So, large deposits of sediments are found in the level bed of the river. So, in this lower course period, because of it brings many sands and debris from the upper and middle, large deposits of sand or large deposits or sediments at the deep of the river. Okay, so because this lower course it have very deep the lower course river was very deep, so that deposition may occur. All the wastes, or that means all the soils or all the waste from the upper and middle course will deposit at these places. Sands, mud, everything will deposit at this lower course. So in this lower course, the river was divided into many branches. Many branches will comes in this lower coast river. The main work of the river here is deposition. Yes, so here the main function was deposition. The middle also the main function was deposition and transportation, and the lower coast also the main function was deposition, and it develops typical landforms like delta and estuary. So this is about the lower coast. So this is the example of the lower course of water. So this is just the normal river. It will bring many sediments. It may be highly deep inside. So here the depositions will occur in this lower course of water. See the diagrammatic representations. So what is upper course? The river originates from the mountain and the water is coming down is from with the great force is called the upper course. So in the upper course the main function was the erosion, and after the upper course it was flowing in a plain space, and that is the middle course. So middle course the main function was deposition and transportation, and then it was the river was ending in a sea, right? So it in the sea, and after the middle course that was the lower course. So here and the place where it joined the sea is called the delta and the estuary, and to here the main function was the deposition. Okay, so learn this question, guys. Thank you.